I tested every gun in Warzone 2 to find the lowest recoil, long-range weapon so you can hit more of your shots and win more games, and the results might just surprise you. Now, there's a couple of rules I've set in place, like every gun must have an optic, because regardless of how clean the iron sights are, at those longer ranges, an optic is just needed. And lastly, the gun must also be fully automatic. We're ignoring all the single shot guns. So I started the grueling process of putting together a max recoil control build on every single fully automatic gun in the game, then headed into the firing range, started plotting the recoil of each one of them to compare which one has the least recoil, and then after that I moved on to plotting the time to kill for each gun. So not only did we know what the lowest recoil was, but also how fast you were going to be able to kill someone. Then I went about the extremely long process of making a beginner's build for each gun that contains attachments that are just unlocked by getting to weapon level 10, then the fully leveled loadout, which contains attachments that are unlocked by just leveling up the gun to max weapon level, and then finally the pro level loadout that offers you the best possible attachments regardless of how you may acquire them. So in a number of cases you're going to need to level up a few different guns to get those attachments, but don't worry, I'll tell you exactly how to get each one of those. I can tell you now, the likes of the M4, the TAC-56 and the RPK didn't even make it near my top 5. There is a number of guns in the game that just have next to no recoil and a solid damage output as well, and they didn't even come close. So without any further wait, let's jump into the top 5 lowest recoil guns. Taking a look at number 5, the Kastov 545. This has always been a consistently good gun in terms of time to kill and recoil control, but unfortunately there's just a number of guns that seem to best it in almost every single area, so it's sat at the number 5 spot for this video, but it does remain a really competitive option. So without any further wait, the beginner's build can be found on the screen now, and remember, these are just attachments unlocked by getting the Kastov 545 to weapon level 10. However, since you have to level up the Kastov 762 to unlock this gun, you're going to have a few more attachments than some others at this stage. The fully leveled attachments can be seen on the screen now. Again, these are only attachments that are unlocked by getting the 545 to max weapon level. And lastly, let's move on to the pro level attachments that are unlocked by any means necessary, but will give you a huge advantage in any gunfight. For the barrel, take the IGK30 for better recoil control and bullet velocity. For the tuning, go up and left. Onto the muzzle, take the Komodo Heavy for insanely better horizontal recoil control, and for the tuning, go up and right. This is unlocked by getting the Lachmann 556 to weapon level 18. It's worth noting that this attachment is going to feature in a lot of various pro level loadouts in this video, so it's well worth unlocking. Also, the Lachmann 556 features in this top 5, so another great reason to unlock it and level it up. Onto another attachment that appears in every single pro loadout on this video, as it offers the most recoil control out of every single underbarrel attachment. Here we'll be taking the Lock Grip Precision 40, and for the tuning, go down and left. To unlock this attachment, you'll need to get the Lachmann sub to weapon level 9, but considering this gun lives right at the bottom of the Lachmann weapon family tree, this can just take a while to unlock. So if you don't have this or aren't really that close to unlocking it, you could take the VX Pineapple instead, as it offers the same recoil control, but it reduces your movement speed and strafe speed, but it's far easier to get unlocked, as you'll just have to get the Icarus 556 to weapon level 14. And I expect a lot of you will already have this gun unlocked, as you get this by getting the M4 to weapon level 19, which is one of the best starter weapons in the game, especially considering it's unlocked right from the get-go when you get custom loadouts. For the tuning on the VX Pineapple, it's the same, go down and left. For the magazine, we'll be taking the 60 round mag to kill more enemies without having to reload. And lastly, onto the optic, take the AIM OP V4 for a better precision sight, and for the tuning, go down and right. This unlocks by getting the Bass P to weapon level 5, and it's used in every single pro level loadout, so it's definitely worth unlocking. But if you don't have this and looking for an alternative sight, you could try the Chrono Mini Pro, which is unlocked by getting the Expedite 12 shotgun to weapon level 11, with that gun being unlocked by getting to player level 9. For the tuning on this, also go down and right. You can see the full build on the screen now. Now onto the 4th placed gun, the Lachmann 556. This is an extremely low recoil gun and was very close to getting that 3rd place spot, but it's only really let down by its initial recoil control, which admittedly does smooth out quite drastically after that 5th or so bullet. So drastically, in fact, it probably has the least recoil in the game after that smoothing out period. But unfortunately for the Lachmann 556, its time to kill is just too long after 68 meters, as it jumps up to over 1 second to kill someone, which is odd because at some shorter ranges it can actually outgun the ISO Hemlock, so you know it's actually a really solid gun up until that 68 meters. However, as mentioned, leveling up this gun unlocks the Komodo Heavy attachment, so it's really essential to try it out at the very least. You can see the beginner's build on the screen now, and you can see the fully level build on the screen now. Now moving on to what you've all been waiting for, the pro level loadout. For the barrel, take the 15.9 Lachmann Wrap barrel for better bullet velocity and recoil control, and for the tuning, go up and left. For the muzzle, take the Komodo Heavy to pretty much eliminate eliminate any of that horizontal recoil. For the tuning, go up and right. And onto the underbarrel, take the lock grip precision for the best recoil control possible. And for the tuning, go down and left. This unlocks by getting the Lachmann sub to weapon level 9. Or if you don't have this, take the VX Pineapple for equal recoil control but worse movement speed. This unlocks by getting the 5.56 Icarus to weapon level 14. For the tuning, go down and left. For the magazine, take the 60 round mag for more bullets. And lastly, for the optic, we're taking the Aimo PV4 again for a better precision sight. For the tuning, go down and right. This unlocks by getting the Bass P to weapon level 5. However, if you would like that different optic, the Chrono Mini Pro is unlocked by getting the Expedite 12 shotgun to weapon level 11. And for the tuning on this as well, go down and right. You can see the full build on the screen now. However, if you are enjoying this video and would like to see more guides and loadout videos with beginner, full level and pro level loadouts, then hit that like and subscribe button with the notifications bell on to stay up to date with the ever evolving meta. Now onto that bronze position, the third place spot, the STB 556. And at this point in the video, recoil barely exists for any of these guns. You mainly just need to focus on aiming. Now there's a couple of reasons why this gun doesn't feature any higher on the list, but there are two main reasons for it. One of them being very similar to the Lachmann 556, as it has a pretty bad damage drop off as well, with this one being at 57 meters, where it almost takes one whole second to kill someone. But again, like the Lachmann 556, at certain ranges it's actually faster to kill than the ISO Hemlock. It also aims down sight incredibly fast, only beaten by the last place Kastov 545 in this video, and has the fastest fire rate out of all the guns in this video, meaning it's the most forgiving if you miss a couple of shots. But unfortunately, this is a bit of a double-edged sword on the STB 556, as it actually has the smallest large magazine, sitting at 42 rounds, which for modes like trios and quads, you can actually really begin to struggle with such a small magazine. But this gun is excellent for solos and potentially the best option for Ashika Island, given that it's got amazing mobility. So for the beginners level loadout, that can be seen on screen now. The fully leveled loadout can be seen on the screen now. Now moving on to the pro level loadout. For the barrel, take the FTAC FB20 for better bullet velocity and recoil control, and for the tuning, go up and left. Now onto the muzzle. We're deviating a little bit with this gun and going for a muzzle that offers great vertical and horizontal recoil control, not just heavily leaning towards that horizontal like the other muzzle attachments have been. We're taking the RF Crown, as this just suits the recoil pattern of the STB 556 that little bit better. For the tuning, go up and right, and this is unlocked by getting the TAC 56 to weapon level 16. For the underbarrel, take the lock grip precision for the best recoil control possible, and for the tuning, go down and left. This is unlocked by getting the Lachmann sub to weapon level 9. Or if you don't have this, take the VX Pineapple for equal recoil control but worse movement speed. This is unlocked by getting the 5.56 Icarus to weapon level 14. For the tuning, go down and left. And for the magazine, take the 42 round mag for more bullets. And lastly, for the optic, take the Aimo PV4 for a better precision sight, and for the tuning, go down and right. This unlocked by getting the Bass P to weapon level 5. However, if you would like a different optic or don't have this one unlocked, you could try the Chrono Mini Pro, which is unlocked by getting the Expedite 12 shotgun to weapon level 11. For the tuning on this, go down and right. You can see the full build on the screen now, but if you've made it this far into the video, let me know in the comments section below what you think that first place gun is going to be. Now moving on to the second place gun, the ISO Hemlock. This gun is incredibly consistent at every single damage range in regards to time to kill. It also has next to no recoil and also the second highest bullet velocity, so overall it's a great gun, but its downsides are a slow rate of fire, meaning drastically slower time to kill if you miss a few shots, and a relatively small magazine, but that can be made up somewhat by the slower rate of fire. But I'm just being incredibly picky here, as it's a great gun and it's a reason why it's so popular. So taking a look at the beginners level loadout, you can see that on the screen now, and now moving on to the fully leveled loadout, you can see that on the screen now. And lastly, let's move on to that pro level loadout. For the barrel, take the Fielder T50 for better bullet velocity and recoil control, and for the tuning, go up and left. For the muzzle, take the Komodo Heavy to pretty much eliminate that horizontal recoil, and for the tuning, go up and right. This is unlocked by getting the aforementioned Lachmann 556 to weapon level 18. And for the underbarrel, take the lock grip precision for the best recoil control possible, and for the tuning, go down and left. And this is unlocked by getting the Lachmann sub to weapon level 9. Or if you don't have this unlocked, take the VX Pineapple for equal recoil control but worse movement speed. This is unlocked by getting the 5.56 Icarus to weapon level 14. For the tuning, also go down and left. For the magazine, take the 45 round mag for more bullets. And lastly, for the optic, take the Aimo PV4 for a better precision sight. For the tuning, you go down and right. This unlocks by getting the Bass P to weapon level 5, or if you would like a different optic or don't have this one unlocked, you could try the Chrono Mini Pro, which is unlocked by getting the Expedite 12 shotgun to weapon level 11. For the tuning, also go down and right. You can see the full build on the screen now. And finally, we're down to that number 1 spot. It's the Sakin MG38. Let me know in the comment section below if you got that one right. This gun actually smokes the competition. We're talking almost a 200 millisecond faster time to kill in comparison to the ISO Hemlock. So the slightly slower ADS speed that the Sakin offers is easily offset by this. Admittedly, it is going to take you a little while to reload, which is why I suggest running the fast hands perk with this gun, but since you're going to have a 100 round magazine, you simply don't need to reload as often. In fact, you can actually down 13 people per magazine if you're accurate. So you're going to have absolutely no troubles in squad wiping an entire quad without reloading, which can't be said for any other gun on this list. Then when we're looking at its bullet velocity, this is at least 60% better than any other gun on here, meaning you're just going to barely have to lead your shots. And for those of you that are going to moan in the comment section below about the mobility, it actually has pretty much identical mobility stats to the Lachmann 556, so it's fine. I could go on all day about how good this gun is, but I'll just move on to the loadouts and let you try it for yourself. The beginner's build can be seen on the screen now, and the fully leveled loadout can be seen on the screen now. And now onto the pro level loadout, where this gun hits really hard. For the barrel, take the Bruin Silver series for better bullet velocity and recoil control, and for the tuning, go up and left. For the muzzle, take the TY LR8 for amazing horizontal recoil control. For the tuning, go up and right. To unlock this attachment, get the SAB 50 marksman rifle to weapon level 17. For the ammunition type, take the 7.62 high velocity rounds for better bullet velocity and recoil control, and for the tuning, go down and left. To unlock this, you'll need to get the Lachmann 762 to weapon level 12, which you need to rank up anyway to unlock the Lachmann 556, so definitely worth doing. For the underbarrel, we're going to be taking the lock grip precision again for the best recoil control possible, and for the tuning, go down and left. This unlocks by getting the Lachmann sub to weapon level 9, or if you don't have this, take the VX Pineapple for equal recoil control but worse movement speed. This unlocks by getting the 556 Icarus to weapon level 14, and for the tuning, also go down and left. And lastly, for the optic, take the AIM-OP V4 for a better precision sight, and for the tuning, go down and right. This unlocks by getting the BAS-P to weapon level 5. However, if you don't have this or would like to use a different optic instead, you could use the Chrono Mini Pro, which unlocks by getting the Expedite 12 shotgun to weapon level 11, with that gun being unlocked at player level 9. For the tuning on this, also go down and right. You can see the full build on the screen now, but if you'd like to know my top 5 tips to get better on a Sheikah Island, then click on the video on the left, or if you'd like to see the 2-shot killing gun that isn't a sniper rifle or a shotgun, then click on the video on the right. However, if you didn't enjoy this video and would like to see more no nonsense guides, then hit that like and subscribe button with the notifications bell on. But I'd really appreciate if you did hit that like button and you did enjoy the video, as it took me a really long time to put this video together, and it lets me know that you're enjoying these kind of videos and for me to make more like it. Thanks for watching, guys.